So in this video, we're going to be replacing the valve cover gasket on my Chevy Trailblazer. Alright, so in the videos I've seen of this being done, okay, I understand having to remove stuff over here and unclipping some of the wire harness, fine. But I've seen some videos where I've already got the motor lift bracket taken off, but okay, I understand taking that off, but what I don't understand is why they remove these fuel lines, the alternator, all this other nonsense. So what I'm going to try to do is remove as little as possible. I'm obviously going to have to remove this here, intake, air box, yada yada, but I'm going to try to remove as little as possible because I don't think all this down here and the belt and all that stuff needs to be removed. So I'm just going to work from up here down. Alright, so I have it to this point. I got all the coils disconnected, plug disconnected over there, plug disconnected here. I got everything weaved underneath this AC tube. Put it pulled to the side. Give me enough space to maneuver this valve cover whenever I get it loose. I've already got the ECU out. Everything's unplugged. So the next step is seeing if I can reach the bolts that are underneath here. I believe there's one that's hard to get to over there, that's close to the firewall, but we'll see how I can get to that. And then I'll let you know how I get that out. But throw it on a time lapse. Next I'm going to take these coils out, and then I'm going to attempt to remove the intake.
Okay.
So, after much struggling, I figured out I was having trouble getting this intake off. And what other videos do not specify, I'll show you here in 1 second. As you can see, the intake is now ready to come off. I don't have to get so close. So finish unscrewing this. Let me finish unscrewing this one. I damn near ripped this whole intake off.
Really?
Wondering why it wasn't coming out. And I'm gonna show you exactly why. Look at that, ready to come out. So a lot of videos tell you to take this fuel line off right here. This one right here, so you can maneuver this intake out. But I'm not. Hopefully I don't break it. You don't need to take it off. Okay, so now that we got this intake off, I'm gonna show you where my problem was. So in the videos it says you have one here, one here, one here, 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 and here. But what they don't say is that there's a second one up here on top of this one, and there's another one up here or under here on top of this one that needs to come out. I damn near ripped my intake off because I was upset because I thought all my bolts were off, and also for some reason there's oil in this intake. But,
which I see, Andy.
But intake is off. I'm gonna clean this up. This could just be accumulated from over the years of not being taken off. The kit that I bought doesn't come with these, doesn't come with this gasket. So I'm gonna have to reuse it. But this, man, there's a whole lot of oil inside of this. So I don't know if I'm just gonna clean it up. Oh, even inside here, look at. Even inside of the intake, you can see how there's, I mean, the truck's been working perfectly fine. I've gotten no colds. As you can see, the valves are freaking immaculately clean. So I'll probably just throw a rag in there with some parts cleaner and clean out the intake, because it does recirculate the oil fumes through the intake. So it could just be the recirculation of the oil fumes caking this up. So what I'm gonna have to do eventually is buy a oil catch can to help prevent that, and if not completely prevent it, at least bring it down a great percentage. So finally got this intake off, and now we can access all the bolts to the valve cover. So I'm gonna throw this again on a time lapse, and all you're gonna see me doing is taking all these bolts around the valve cover off, popping the valve cover up and removing it, and then I'm gonna start recording again. During the time lapse, you'll probably see me start wiping some of this down too, and I'm pretty sure you don't need me to record that process, but I'll let you see it through the time lapse. I went a little overboard and decided to clean every single one of these screws before I put the new seal on it. So what I'm gonna do before I put these on as well is I'm going to use some, if I could find it, I'm going to put some thread locker on it. I'm going to put some thread locker on it before I screw them in. And now we do the reverse of what I just did. Let's do it. Okay, just like that, everything's put back together. I didn't put the AC line that goes like that back in, as you can tell, because the AC didn't work in this anyways, and it made it easier when I was trying to reach the bottom bolt for this alternator. Turns out, as you saw, the alternator did have to come off because there's one bolt when removing this that's hidden behind the alternator. But I believe everything is back together and buttoned up. I'm gonna have the wife start the truck and see if we're good. Gravy. All done. And that's how you do the valve cover on a damn Chevy Trailblazer with a 4.2 liter motor. This one is a 2003.
Why so serious?
You gonna fix the car?
Yeah.
It won't stop. It won't stop recording. Literally won't stop.